Welcome to the show. All things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Blue and white pride. Bulldogs for life. Dogfather here. Gas by my side. Talking dogs tonight. Dogfather and Gas. Blue and white pride. All things Bulldogs. Footy talking ball. Dogfather and Gas. Bulldogs to the core. Bulldog spirit. Strong and true. Blue and white. Through and through. Welcome to the show. All things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Hey. Here we go. Hey.
G'day, Doggies fans, all things Bulldogs. It's the live review. It's Sunday night, and welcome to those who have already jumped online. Good to see you, Dave. Good to see you, Timmy Snopsy, and also you, Bulldog Mike. Great to see you all, and welcome to Sunday night. There is a game finishing at the moment. So what's the score at the moment? Let's have a quick look. It's 18 all, it said. Do I need to refresh that? Who do we want to win this? I'm saying we want the Titans to win, but it looks like the Storm are going to get away with it, 22-18 with 4 seconds to go. Maybe it's over. But that's something we'll start to look at now on the run home, because obviously results do matter. Probably not the best result for Souths to beat the Bulldogs. Sorry, to beat the Knights today. Well, that was good for Jairo and that celebration there. I think, or not much of a celebration, but, you know, that what they're doing for Jai today. That triple header has been good today. Lots of close games, which was very good to see. But, yeah, Souths are probably the side that was only 1 win ahead of us. Now they're 2 wins ahead of us. So we had a chance to actually stay in touch with them, and that's how we've got to look at it now. But we'll go through a few of the messages. Gas is on his way back. He was at the game representing his work and stuff, so does a bit with Souths. But good to see you all. No, results haven't gone our way. G'day to you, Lockie. G'day, Tommy. G'day, Tony. Yep, Mr. Sutton, I've got him pictured right here. Look, obviously it's not all his fault, but there's definitely one of it felt a lot like one of those Good Friday matches, to be honest. The way things went, he just ensured that look, he gave us 6 agains, but they were all first and second tackle, and they were all warranted because Canberra were cheating in the ruck. And slowing us down. They saw the play the ball speed we got the week before against the Titans. They were terrified of it, and they got away with it. But obviously us not converting, though, dropping the ball over the line 3 times doesn't help. 3 genuine butchered tries. So the Critta should have had 2 or 3 try assists. And then when we're not having possession, it seemed like Galvin was doing a lot of that directing outside of getting out of our end. There was obviously a little bit of maybe Critta backing up from Origin. Galvin took a bit more control of the team a little bit, and things were going all right. Like, we're definitely on top. But then once they got repeat sets, obviously that try for which is I don't know if I'm wrong here, but tell me, is this it's knocked out by the opposition player, Noah Martin. Jethro has the ball knocked out. So, and then I think he grounds it with his torso, which is clear as day. Pressure on the ball with his torso. And then you've got Xavier Savage coming from behind the play, so from an offside position. So it's either one or the other. The least the most least likely thing was Savage scoring a try. Now, you got to play to the whistle. You're always told that as a kid. They were celebrating like they'd won the game. Look, and then Rinakama's dropped his lollies. He's only a young kid. He's 20, right? And I love the way he bounced back, takes that catch to score that try. I think people were thinking, are we going to get a repeat of last year against the Raiders? Are we going to come home? The first 40-20, Gas was sitting on the sideline, right where that was, and he said it was definitely half a metre. Had gone over the 20. Half a metre before the 20. So he reckons at least 50 centimetres it was out, and definitely wasn't a 40-20. So that you give that a 50-50. But it seems Sutton was calling all those things 50-50, whereas I swear a lot of other refs would have just, that first try, they just would have went upstairs straight away. I've got no try. He's knocked the ball out. Something like that. I swear they would have done that. But and then the Carraz tackle, that I reckon that really changed. Joby and I did the watch along, and that was what he reckoned as well. Like, that really knocked us about, that did. But there was the one soft try after their second 40-20. That was a soft try. You can't forgive that one. But what you can say is that when a kid has 5 knock-ons, obviously he felt bad about not scoring that first try, and then they did put up some kicks and they competed for him, but normally Jethro would catch them every day of the week. So it got into his head, and when things get into your head, you make mistakes, and we got punished for those mistakes. And I said it all through the year. No side's been punished as badly for errors from kicks as the Bulldogs has. And then you got the cherry one. Everyone's blaming Bronson. Like, I think everyone assumed Bronson was going to catch it, and the only one who didn't assume Bronson was going to catch it was Bronson. But that come down to who was talking out there, because not even Carraz sort of made a huge effort to get across. He just left it for everyone else. So that was a moment where I believe the guys didn't aim up as a team. It was Bronson's ball, in my opinion. If Fanari Tuala's there, he catches that footy, or he competes for it. That's just, you just know that he would have done that, because that's the type of player he has been. Cherry's actually been really passive under anything high this year. And you saw when Tracy earlier in the season wasn't doing as well when he was injured. He was also struggling to get to the bounce of the ball and that sort of thing. And then you also had Sewer was a little bit hesitant. So once that hesitancy comes in, you just get eaten alive in this competition. And that's what we saw on the weekend. So when people want to attack, like straight away, attacking the coach and blaming Gus for this loss, like, and honestly, turn the Fox commentary off, Foss and Ennis and the like. Honestly, drive it. I'm going to get to the end of the game now. I know it seemed like the team did better when Sauce came on, But great point made by Dave. They call it garbage time. So when a game's lost, and the commentators in the NFL don't put any credence into performances when a game's gone. So when a game's done and it's over, when the result's already known, and you got 10 minutes to go, and a team runs in a few late consolation tries, you don't pay it any sort of players can only do what they can do, and they're having a crack and they're still trying to score, yes, but the opposition team, both sides are playing a different game of footy at that point of the game. There was no chance we were going to win. And and look, Jamin Salmon had a nice moment there. He got tackled on the fifth tackle, unfortunately, the first time, but it run the same line and busts through, and then gives the ball to Connor to score at the end of the game. You also had the situation with how do I say it? Yeah, we got the other try before that as well. So, look, Critta should have had 3 try assists by that time, you know what I mean? And if we score those, I know it's if, but we score those 2 tries, this is what I mean. Like, if you're listening to this commentary and it's sitting there fucking saying, and sorry for the swearing, they're sitting there saying that our attack was poor. Yeah, we had a really diabolical 10 minutes with the football after we basically had to defend 8 sets in a row, 9 sets in a row. It just took the wind out of us, out of our sails. Look, I thought that with the team, look, I had a feeling that Preston was going to play left. I thought he was going to start left. That's the way they've done things. For a lot of people, it would have made sense that he goes onto the right, but Salmon probably was our best player out there. Earned Pete's man of the match, tackled his ass off, worked his ass off. But in this game, you've got those diabolical decisions from Sutton, and then you've got accidental offsides, 2 of those, then an offside from a dropout, where we got the possession. You know, all these little things, and he just pins us for every single one of them. You know what I mean? Jethro got hit in the fucking head with a shoulder. I'm sure of it. Yeah, anything like that, they're just blowing the whistle on that shit, and you're getting a penalty. And then they penalise us after that. They penalise Carraz for doing a copybook tackle, which could have turned the game for us. Critta's little kick and Jethro and Birdo didn't get to it. Like, yeah, we did enough to put points on. I think they got their offload game on early. Max King had a really good game, I felt. All this, people want to talk about, no forward in the Bulldogs side except Salmon made 100 metres. Well, when you don't have possession, your forwards don't make metres. It's as simple as that. And when we were in attack, we were when we didn't really score tries, most of them, I know our first try was off a 5th tackle bomb, but most of them weren't 5th tackle plays. Like, we were getting the game on. We were attacking that game. They went out there to annihilate the Raiders, and they thought they were going to do it. I'm pretty sure they thought they were going to. And the Raiders are just that side. I felt the New South Wales Cup today was a similar sort of vibe. The Bulldogs went out to a 12-0 lead, though. But it just seems like this weekend, everything that was going to go wrong went wrong. But the biggest issue for us out of this game wasn't the fact that a couple of players failed under pressure and really put the team in a hole. Because as a team, the team weren't soft. It wasn't like they were all missing heaps of tackles or they were all conceding heaps of tackle breaks or tackle busts or anything like that. Gas has just got home. He'll be coming on. There he is. G'day, Gas.
G'day, mate. G'day, everyone.
No jail tonight?
Nah,
Good to see you in the blue colours. Just going through my opening monologue. So I'll keep continuing with that, mate, and then we'll go
I've been
for a few
listening to you.
chats.
I've been listening to you a bit as well, so I know what you've been up to. Okay.
Oh, that's good, mate. See, that's why Gas is good. I wouldn't have paid Gas the same respect. I just would have come in and started repeating everything he said.
Yeah.
We'll talk a bit about Jairo later on as well. I haven't really looked at the chats. Just said a few early hellos, but
you keep going, Matt. I'll have a look shortly.
All right, mate. But guys, yeah, from a team performance, there was a real clunky period there where there was under fatigue. They were just trying hard, and then just running through play. That's probably the biggest ick I have with the team when it is under pressure, though, this year. It just seems that they keep running. They run through their plays that they call when they need someone to say this play isn't going to work right here, and they just run with it anyway. And that's when I sort of, and it's funny because I've seen Jamin Salmon, for example, as a player, gets booed when he'll hold onto the ball and take the hit up. But he's one who'll go, yeah, this play's done, it's not happening. I'm going to put an end to it, and we're going to kick down. We're going to chase and go again. And when he does that run, he's not usually the one chasing it with the line speed, but when he does that 4th or 5th run. But yeah, I felt he played really well. I felt Max King looked good with nearly every run he had. Leo worked his ass off. It was just a frustrating game. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. The resilience, a couple of young guys, as I said, kept making mistakes, and that punished the whole team essentially. So there's three poor moments in the match. Outside of that, I really think that Sutton, and put it this way, if we don't have those things from Sutton and we get a fair call on those blatantly wrong calls, I think it's a completely different game still. I think it's a completely different result. But the reality is we've just suffered a massive defeat. It means that we need to start as fans, got to look at the ladder, beat who we've got to play, but also look to what the other teams are doing. Teams are going to knock each other out and stuff like that. That's fine, but it's getting to that point because of our for and against. And looking at the draw is actually set up for a lot of the other sides, to be frank. You would think Manly might struggle because they've got a lot of away matches because they played a big chunk at home at the start of the year. I'm assuming that, though. I haven't actually double-checked that. Souths, we needed them to lose today from a Bulldogs point of view, and I was hoping for them to lose. Happy for the what they did for Jai, and that was wonderful. And the game of footy obviously went down to the wire and paid good tribute, as did all the other two games today. Cowboys beating Manly by a point. So we want Manly to keep losing. Obviously, we'll want Souths to struggle. We'll want a whole bunch of sides.
Well, Storm got up in the 78th minute. So
yeah, Storm got up in the 78th, yeah, against Gold Coast. So anyway, mate, before we move on, what was it like today at the birthday? It was Jai's birthday, wasn't it?
Jai's birthday today, yeah. Look, to be honest with you, they had 11,000 more people there today than we had yesterday, which was, we had only 19,000 yesterday. They had 30,000 today, guys. I mean, I don't know why we couldn't get at least 25,000 yesterday, Saturday night. So the crowd today they had was great, and both teams played against a team from out of Sydney. So they played the Knights and we played the Raiders. So, it's sort of equal sort of distance apart, kind of. So I know the Knights travel well generally, but the Raiders still turned up a bit yesterday. So our crowd was even worse than it really should have been. But the turnout today, the crowd, the game, from the game perspective, the Knights should have won that game by 30. If anyone watched the game, I mean, that was a game where it kind of reminded me a lot about the Bulldogs game yesterday, where they didn't execute any of their early dominance that they had. They had a couple of disallowed tries, and then you look up and you go, how are the Rabbitohs leading 10-0 and then, like leading the way they were? It sort of reminded me kind of yesterday how it went with us. They sort of just got the opportunities when they came a couple of times, disallowed tries, and they scored. And then at the end there, the Knights did show up eventually and scored 3 quick tries to pull within and almost did win that game. There was a sort of a 50-50 call at the end there with a video ref, but that's what happens in the game, guys. Like, we scored 2 of those early tries for us and that game could be different. But the whole celebration today, I think they had the Wiggles there at halftime. There was a few other, like Albo was there and everyone cutting cakes and doing whatever. I was sort of fortunate through my work to be on the inner sanctum. I was down in the tunnel when the players came out. So, to see them there, Latrell and the guys came and had a chat to us before the game. We sort of sat in the change rooms, and we had the Hornby and the other assistant coach, the defensive coach Steve Antonelli, come and talk to us before the game as well. So we got to see a lot of the inside stuff happening before we came on the field. I saw Jai had a handshake with him, had a hug. After the game, though, there was a massive error by the security staff. Anybody who knows when they allow players the fans on the field, they announced it multiple times. Second siren. So the first siren goes, they finally clear the players. Second siren, they put people can jump the fence or whatever and come on the field. Literally, the moment the siren went, everybody started jumping the field. No one paid attention to the second siren. The security guards weren't even aware. They were opening gates. And the players were still just shaking hands in the middle of the field, and the whole field got swamped. Wow. It was crazy. It was it was a bad security breach because it was very dangerous. No one was sort of ready for that, and they had to start putting all the barriers out in that area. They put in front of the tunnel. They put their barriers. Finally got everyone to move out behind the barriers. And I was fortunate enough to walk down and stand inside the barrier there through my connections there. But so when Jai received his gift, and they gave him a very nice a framed jersey of all the teams he played for. They sort of cut it into 4 and put a jersey section of each of the jerseys he's played with. It's funny enough, when he'd finished sort of his presentation, he walked over and basically left it, and everyone from the crowd behind was screaming. So I basically held it up so everyone could see what it was and take photos of it. So, so I felt like I was on official business there for them. But yeah, it was very sad. He knows everything. He's just on the slower side now. But it's a shame, guys. Yes, I've had a lot to do with him through some work stuff. But and look, I know a lot of people will talk about, there's a lot of people suffering through these illnesses and that kind of stuff as well. And how come they don't get this support? But the way I look at it is, if it happened to myself or to someone like yourselves or whatever, I don't think we'd be able to generate the support or the awareness that someone in that position might be able to generate. So from our eyes, we're relying on Jai and others to sort of raise the awareness for these illnesses and generate funding and whatever else it might be to get these things hopefully one day with a cure. So that's the thing. That's the thing. So, Michael, I was just saying that a lot of people talk about, if somebody had an illness like that, and a lot of people are aware of their own family members or themselves that might have something like that, they don't get the same support, recognition, all these sorts of things that Jai's getting. But we have, we look at it as a, responsibility on the players to basically create that awareness for everyone else, using their position and their fame, etc. So, but yeah, overall, guys, it was a good day out for the Rabbitohs to get that result for them. From his perspective, from a selfish perspective for Jai, to give him a win. The team sang the happy birthday song to him back in the change rooms after the game. And
that's
all that.
good.
But so that was all good from their perspective. But regarding the Bulldogs, guys, Michael did a very, very good summary there about all the bits and pieces that happened yesterday. And if you were able to listen to his watch along yesterday, you would have heard a lot of the insight as things were sort of playing out as well during the game.
Oh, was there good insight? I can't even remember.
Well, it's the raw emotion. It's the raw emotion. It's, you're going up for a try and then it's taken away, and you're listening to, like that first try that they scored. I've never seen it like that. I've seen people sort of lose a ball in regular play that wasn't, but that was a try that was basically like a contentious call that he really had to stop the game for, like then and there. That's like a ball that's been grounded and fallen over. That's a dead ball. That's 99.9% of the times that's basically a dead ball, and it's a turnover, lost in the in goal. 20-meter restart. Oh no, actually, it would have been a 20-meter restart, but with a 6 tackle. Not a 7. But we were celebrating the try, like Michael said. It's the guys, unbeknown to them, this guy's disappeared. We're watching him run down the field, and we're all looking at it going, Sutton's going to award this and force the bunker to give it, even though it was touched by Noah Martin and he came from an offside position. Doesn't matter. The bunkers this year, and I had this discussion with a few of the Rabbitohs people today. Everyone's talking about, the bunker needs to be basically a panel of 3 now, and it needs to be a majority decision. So there's enough money in the game now, and there's no excuses with all the big signings and et cetera, and the $5 billion. There's enough sort of happening there now where they need to be aware of putting 3 different sets of eyes in there to look at these things. I mean, last week, how glaringly obvious, first of all, the origin, and last week, Jenkins against the Rabbitohs as well, where he hand on the ground, lifts it up, gets it down. Okay, the finger was still on it, so that was okay. But they forgot about the tackle player hand on the ground, a double movement. So many things have been missed. This year, the bunker's been sort of more, it's come out a lot more. And there was the case of the Dragons the other day with the touch with the ball. There's so many instances now that things have been missed. It's got to the position where a lot of people are calling for it to be scrapped, take away the bunker, which will make it, I feel, even worse, because there's still a lot of things that do get caught, but it just needs to be fixed up. So whether we look at, obviously, what's happening at the moment in the World Cup, where they've got the VAR, they've got 3 people up there, I think we need to do the same thing. We need to basically have a look at a majority decision, put a few people in there, and make those decisions a lot more. So different things are being looked at. There's no excuse about we had to hurry up and get the decision. There's no time limit, guys. No one's rushing you. I've seen them take 3 or 4 minutes sometimes to make a decision. So what's the rush? We'd rather it be done properly and accurately than there's a rush to make a decision and it's wrong. So, which is what they did in the Origin the other day. They rushed that decision and it was wrong, obviously. So that's my quick summary there, guys, on today and on yesterday to start. But let's have a look at some comments, mate.
Yeah, I'll have a look at a few. We won't go through all the comments tonight, guys. There's a little private chat there for you, Gas, to have a look at it. Just sent you a little one.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, we'll talk about Connor Vetano and what he'll bring. Savage try, definitely wasn't a try. Hey, Tony, Mick Bronson, no talk, his catch. If you have a ticket, you don't need to talk. I would have preferred to play one less player and play with Cherry in the remaining games the guys checked out. Look, I've talked about this a lot. There's no such thing as checking out, in my opinion, Tony. But that's an opinion we don't have to agree on. It comes down to the fact that he's always been passive under the high ball. And there was 4 players there, and someone should have fucking caught it at the end of the day. We can all just say Bronson should have. But the point I made earlier is that Anari Tuala would have caught it. We know he would have caught the ball. So, yeah, Bronson should have made it his, but somebody should have made it theirs. Someone should have been like, who's catching this ball? And they didn't. They were passive around it. They were hesitant. And that's burnt us all season. And that's what leads to then getting behind on scoreboards and then making ridiculous errors and stuff like that. The Harry Hayes error, like looking at it live on the TV, I'm like, he's grabbed this and scored. Like, it looked absolutely amazing. Probably, yeah, hindsight's a bitch. And then you've obviously got Rinakami, you've got the Burton one, and everything else that happened. So, yeah, look, these players love their teammates. Does checking out mean, okay, the pressure's not on me as much to care? Is it a subconscious thing? I could probably agree on that point, but it's definitely not conscious. It's not a conscious decision not to try hard. That would be, his best mates would not accept that. They would
The
not
same thing
accept
was
that.
said about Curran at the start of the year.
They said that about Curran, but look, but Bronson had definitely had some had a defensive error against the Titans. But this is what I mean. Like, I got old mate messaging me today who wants me to get negative on the Bulldog, and I get that from quite a few people, and they don't think I'm being real because of the way that I go about things. There's nothing more real than me giving you my opinion, and my opinion is that it's the game isn't a simple game anymore. It used to be a lot more simple. It used to be a 5-meter game. Halfbacks didn't have to tackle the way they do now. They used to be able to run and cover. The game was completely different. There was a lot more simplicity to it. You did run harder, and all those things still apply. They're all variables to a game, but the game is a lot more. It's harder to score, and it's harder to defend these days. It's it's probably become easier to score because they've opened the game up with the 10 meters. They're making it faster. But all the people playing the game are taller. They're more athletic. They're musclier. The game's faster. They're stronger. Like the average player today is physically is stronger than the player than before. Players used to get some teams used to have piss ups 2 nights after every training session. Like especially if the season was gone. The game is different now, and people want to simplify it as to make it easy for themselves. Oh, this player was shit. This player was crap. That was a shit performance because the scoreboard said so. Well, look, I watched the Dolphins game against Cronulla.
Sharks.
Watched parts and I watched the replay of it. That was fucking deplorable, right? There was no excuse there. There was no dog in that fight. Our boys fought hard. Now, what I can say is that with 9 sets of possession in the first half, Birdo and your centres and that, unless they're taking yardage runs, aren't going to do much. But we couldn't even do that a lot of the time because we were, what was it, 9 sets to 1 through a 10-minute period. And they scored 2 or 3 tries out of that. So it's
fatigued on the back of that.
Yeah. And you just get fatigued. That's just the game now. That's how they've made the game. And that's why it is like it. Sutton did. People were saying, oh, we just aren't handling the new rules. Our play the ball speed was 3.8 seconds last night. That's not because we were slow. They were cheating the ruck.
He should have given so many more penalties. He was pathetic in his calls.
It was like game 2. I think Queensland slowed New South Wales to 4 seconds in game 2. And Nathan Cleary can't play off that. They got a fair ruck, 3.5 seconds, which is fast for Origin. I think it was a bit faster game 1, to be honest. Queensland actually played well. But they cheated in the fucking ruck and got away with it. Now, first and second tackle. Yep, give the 6 again away to frustrate the hell out of them. And then we'll go out there and we'll offload our way to get some points. Ethan Sanders graduated last night, and now he's being compared to Nathan Cleary. Well, maybe he is. Parramatta developed the kid. Canberra were keen to get him, and they've let Fogarty go for him. And look, the amount of attention the kid's got, negative attention, has been minimal, and I think that's how it should be. He decided to leave. To be honest, he left Parramatta. He quit the club that raised him. Right? They wanted to keep him, but he wanted out. No one made it. No one gave a fuck about it. He had one or two games of NRL. He was the next touted thing. They were like, "Oh, put him on instead of your son Jake Arthur." They were saying. Remember all that?
Yep.
Does anyone remember that?
Yep.
No. Gas does. This is what I mean, guys. Like, yeah, it's just, look, I'm not saying it was good enough what Rinakama did, dropping balls and stuff. I don't have to give him a roasting. He devastated.
Mm.
You don't have. His captain told him what he thought.
Yep.
He's 20. He's 20 as well. Now, age isn't an excuse, but it's definitely a reason. It's a reason. But it won't matter because Serrato he wants a team that's pressure proof, right? Mm. A team that can handle pressure all the way through the season.
He did well in the second half. He came back strong. But I will say,
that last one off Critta. He dropped that last ball off Critta, but he did well to get in that position. But his runs all night were fantastic.
His yardage runs. But I will say, the kicks they were doing all game were the spiral floaty kicks. They weren't putting up any regulation kicks. Every kick they put up had the spiral, had the wobble going. So they made it difficult.
Brought us to the ball.
They were doing that deliberately, like, and you could see when he was trying to get under it because it was a bit breezy as well. He's trying to get under it. So it wasn't they weren't the easiest ones all game. They were doing it every game, and we don't do that ourselves. You see us, Galvin, they were putting in the regulation end over end kicks.
Well, they were nearly dropping all theirs as well.
Correct, but they were doing every one of those. They were they just kept going after Jethro. But they've got a winger that's not playing at the moment. He's played in the cup today. That had a similar game a few weeks ago for them and dropped a lot of ball. And he put his hand up and said, "I want to be dropped." Yeah. So it happens to everyone, guys. It comes and goes. Like it's Cobbo not long ago couldn't catch a ball to save his life. They all have it. It doesn't mean you throw them away. You know. So it's.
Well, let's cut. Thank you to you, Sean. Great contribution again. That'll give you another couple of tickets in the July draw for a signed jersey. So remember, guys, any contributions that you make for every $5 throughout this month, you will get a ticket in the draw. So much appreciated as usual. Don't worry about that. It's all right to swear. It's, if we just start hammering players, though, we don't like that. And these chat groups, so those that are in the Dogfather and Dogfather cartel, and any sort of collaborators that I might know, we've got an Instagram group and a Facebook group. It's invite only, guys, but it is for the people who are contributing, really supporting us, not only by being here every week, and that's, but helping out with the financials as well consistently. And the community is great. The respect has been wonderful. The encouragement, and calling a spade, but understanding, like this is sport. It's all these flip flops who go out there and think that, because they have to go to work, start talking about it like it's a job. It's entertainment, right? At the end of the day, they've all got families, and the respect that these gentlemen in this community provide to our club is what it's all about. And this is what we're trying to grow. This it's like a movement in a way. And when we started it a few years ago, and it started to come along, and gas popped into our life, and it's growing more and more. I'm getting freaked out because I look at the camera, but I'm usually on the other side of the screen because I had to come back, and I see your head moving. I'm like, my head's not moving like that. Oh, there we go. We're back. Yeah. So look, guys, if you and we had a new member of the cartel, Anthony, join. So I've got to get your details, mate, so that I can add you to all the other stuff. And the merch packs go out to the people who have been contributing for, a while. I usually say 4, 5, 6 months. And all the people in the cartel at the moment will get merch packs first. Once theirs is done, I'll do the next round. But great to see people joining up. Who else have we got in here? We won't go through everyone's.
Just this one here with Sayed. Gus and Seralda have nothing to do with the loss.
Exactly.
It's our handling errors, low completion rate. All our losses this season have been like that. What's causing that? Very low resilience.
Look, I think as I said, pressure proof. This team is expected to be pressure proof. There's no. What's happening there?
I don't know. Am I still there or not?
Sort of. I can't see you though. But my internet's still there. But
I think it's
sorry about the internet, guys. I had issues with the thing yesterday as well. Might have to do a speed test, but I can't see you at the moment, mate. You're frozen.
Yeah, it's right. Just keep talking, mate. I don't know what's wrong. Keep talking.
Can you see yourself?
No, I can't see myself either. Mate, I haven't looked this good for a while.
Let's go. I'm just doing a speed test, guys. Not a drug test, a speed test. Oh, it's going pretty quick. Pinging at 8. You missed the new video, probably, Gas. There's a new one that's been updated. Sutton put the dog in the bin on this one, so that was quite funny. Sayed. Look, the resilience, as I said, it's not a team-wide thing. We've suffered with a couple of young guys. Obviously, we had Leo's first game back. He was like the best player on the field and dropped 3 balls. He had a couple of drops against the Titans, but since then has been pretty good. He didn't actually. I don't think he had a knock on yesterday. He had a couple that looked like they were a bit dodgy and they went backwards. Definitely lots. As I said, it's that hesitancy, especially around our catching balls, which is, I think, has caused us a lot of problems. And resilience, soft tries, we don't like to see them at the Bulldogs anymore. But there was at least one soft try on the weekend, which was quite frustrating. Oh, he's back. SMK, a lot of talk about Gus at the Cup game about him coaching and taking over. There you go. And who's saying that stuff? I wonder who's actually saying that, because it's not true. G'day, Adam. Welcome to you. Gas, the best recorder player. Tommy said hello to Gas before. G'day, Brian. You might have got here just after Gas did. I've got to turn your mute on, mate.
How about?
Oh, here you go. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, don't forget I'm the best triangle player, guys. So I have to practice the triangle a lot just to get it to function it. So
and he does the guitar as well.
That triangle, guys.
Was this about he's about to take over, or he already has? He hasn't taken over. These are all fucking bullshit narratives. There's nothing wrong with the GM coming down. He watches every training session, nearly. He goes, he watches all the pathways. He's in a plane half the time, going and meeting families and finding the next 13-year-old to bring to the club. Like, honestly, everyone lives in a fantasy world. They do. They think it's fucking Star Wars or Harry Potter. This guy's at fucking work from the crack of dawn till night time every day. That's why when he goes on a holiday, he goes on a good one. He goes the same place every year. He goes to fucking Hawaii. He does what he enjoys doing when he gets the time to do it. He's had to go off Twitter. So because of all the fuck faces, he's had to go off Twitter because and he was providing us such a valuable resource to Twitter. And he was actually really good for the media because he gave them a lot of the media sort of little snippets about what was happening. So the club didn't have to talk about it. So no one had to worry about it. It was just there. Gus provided it. Just free media, free stories, free advertising. But because these guys and because all these stupid friggin' narratives where people in their little fantasy worlds, oh, Gus is fucking a training. Like the amount of people who think they're intellectual equals or better than with Gus, or just hate his guts so much and think they know better. And they're in the Bulldogs, they're in the Raiders, they're in every club. Bunch of them up here think they know more, think they know better. Seriously. But as Gus said, he said like one of his favourite ever footballers, Matt Singh, he called him busted. He thought he was shit. Oh, this guy's hopeless. Why'd you sign this bloke? He ends up becoming one of Gus's favourite ever footballers. Like sometimes you get it wrong. It's the nature of the game. Look, do you know how many people sit there and they say, oh, this kid's the next big thing. And they bring him to a trial. But like all these trials at the start of the season and that, all these kids' names, everyone thinks they know. People are doing little scouting for player managers and whatever else. Nearly every single player that they put forward is an absolute, I don't mean to say it, but compared to what an NRL club's looking for is an absolute dud. All right? Or when it's time to perform under the pressure, they can't handle it. They're just not up to it. There's a lot of talent. You give opportunity of talent, or you find talent and you coach it. I think we could have heaps more teams. I don't think there's a lack of talent. I think there's a lack of opportunity. But in saying that, sometimes you go all in on someone and it doesn't work out. Now that'll bring us to Mitch Woods. Beautiful first try scores today. Does everyone want to see that try? I'll put it up here. We'll have a look at it. Have a look at a couple of chats while I get that ready, buddy.
One other thing, guys, for those who are on, I mentioned on Tuesday that the Bulldogs were doing free tickets for the juniors to attend the game. I had a few people message me and ask me how it was done. What I'm going to do is on Tuesday, we'll actually show you guys, we'll do a setup scenario. We'll show you how to actually access those free tickets on Ticketmaster. For those that are not aware, because you can use for your membership, you can get the juniors to come in for free.
He's held.
So we'll talk about that on Tuesday, guys. If you come on there, I'll show you guys how to do it.
All right, we ready to go? Is that up on the screen? All right, here's Mitchell Woods. This is our first try today. After 10 minutes, Mitchell Woods is returned.
Jem Kum Tong. Right, he goes. Woods stepping. Woods goes over and scores. Well, Mitchell Woods, he's held. Kum Tong.
So that was pretty good, guys. And then we had...
right, he goes.
Here's another bit of footage that we'll show. Once this comes up.
Chen Kum Tong. Cons runs it up. Put down the tackle. They're right out from halfway. Chen Kum Tong goes left. Conti, great pass, Binks is away. He's over 30, got support. Hopoi, great back half.
So a nice run by Cons there for what became... what should have been the match winner.
Until they conceded the late try in the last minute.
That last try, Chevy, they run it out wide. Chevy Stewart passes it to the guy who ends up scoring. Now, as he's passed the ball, Jed Reardon checks and releases off Chevy, and he's got this guy covered. Chevy Stewart trips him. I don't know if it was deliberate, but trips him from behind as Jed's going to tackle him. And then Nick, which meant that Nick, then the guy's sort of gone on the outside. Then Nick O'Mealy sort of barely got to him and missed him. Then Jono got to him and he sort of come in cover and then just fell off the side and he scores under the post and it's 26-all. Conti probably could have. We had the ball about 30 metres out in front.
Kick the field goal to ice it.
Could have tried a field goal at the end there, but they went out wide. He sort of got. It would have been better if he was set up for a field goal. I don't think he had. And where he got the ball, he was sort of in a position where he sort of was going to pass, but I don't know. But it looks like, Mitch, I don't know how long Mitch is going to be out. I haven't heard anything else. There's been a lot out there. But
has there been any more talk about Critta?
No, that's what I was hoping someone would have heard something, but they were going to have some scans and whatever else. Similar
to the injury he had last year, apparently, with the nerves and lost feeling in the arm, etc. He was walking around the change rooms after the game, though. He was better. But it must be concerning for him to have the repeat, because that was sort of an innocuous tackle, which I still felt like should have been a penalty because he still got shouldered in the back after passing the ball. He doesn't have to smash him. It's still contact. It's still late. It should have been a penalty, irrespective of the injury. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see sort of what comes of that. And if Michael's watch along yesterday was anything to go by, could be could be out for weeks for the season or his career, in Michael's words, guys. Isn't that right, Michael? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
There you go, guys. See, I remember everything.
I was hoping the NRL physio, he's got a little group thing that he does.
Yeah, he took the kids out for ice cream today, mate, the NRL physio.
Oh, did he?
That was Sunday, mate. I don't know.
Sorry, mate. I wasn't up with the joke. Let's go. The board doesn't appoint the ref. That's right, Mark. Good to see you, Mark. Timmy, agree that bunker needs a review. FIFA, very professional. Well, let's keep going. I feel like Canberra have had some dodgy calls gone their way, like the knock-on against the Dragons a fortnight ago. Yeah, Ricky's Raiders, mate. It's all about Ricky's Raiders. Don't you worry about that. Nearly as immune as South Sydney.
Yep.
G'day, Justin French. I picked Raiders but didn't want to manifest it. We just didn't recover mentally from the 12-point turnaround and compounded it with errors. Look, honestly, I don't even think they played that well. I think they were sort of... They've got a dangerous team. There's no... They've got a great forward pack. They've got a great back line. There's speed to burn. They've got a lot of people that are good in the contact. But I don't think they out-muscled us. I don't think they outplayed us. I do think that I can't even remember what I said, but, I probably thought there was some times there, but I just feel the focus on Lachlan Galvin with Andrew Voss, with their fucking media machine. It's like every decision he makes in just the run of play. Oh, Galvin could have went out the back there. Like, I've never fucking ever heard him say, if Cleary played short 3 times in a row, it'd be like, Cleary's really setting this up. Continues to go short. He's scheming for something here. That's how they would present it. With Galvin, it's like, oh, I think there was an opportunity if he went wide, like every fucking thing. They're on him about it, non-stop. And then let's talk about Sauce at the end with his 2 try assists. So Dave had a good mention about the NFL commentators and how they refuse to entertain garbage time in footy. So when a game's lost, was I saying this at the start? I'm starting to think I was. And
you did. You mentioned it, earlier.
Yeah. Did I finish it, or is that when you came on?
You might have been saying it at the time, I'm not sure, but you did talk about it. Yeah, you did talk. It's like those back end games and those winning second half bullshit and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Because people go, "Oh, he's our halfback now." Like, is there something in the Bulldogs' attack here? Like, what was wrong with their attack during the game? They got sloppy under fatigue, but when all things were equal,
should have had a couple of tries. Yeah.
Critta should add 2 or 3 tries this.
Correct.
Sauce can only come on and do his job, and he did well. I have a trust issue at 80 minutes in NRL, at NRL level, week in, week out. With Sauce. That's it. That's all. It's you could do a lot worse if they, and that'll be the thing. If Critta doesn't play, is it Conti or Sauce that comes into the halves? What are the fans going to demand before they say it's Serrato's fault if it doesn't work out? Does Conti debut this week? Does Birdo just shift back? Cherry goes to the left and Tuala back on the right. If Critta is out, that is. Is Kikau back? So when I think Kikau's got to go to the middle. It's not going to happen. Kikau's going to come back in on the left. Preston's going to go back to the right. Salmon will probably go back to lock and play more that style that Harry's been playing, where he's just trying to get line speed through the middle and just tackle his ass off and get quick play the balls. Will be the aim of that game, and that's what Harry's game's been. And as I said, statistically, he's not having massive amounts of runs. It's about being a minister of defence and being everywhere. If there's someone to chase, you're the one chasing them, and that's what Harry Hayes is all about. Should have had the first try of the night.
That whole negativity you mentioned about Galvin and the spotlight, what's causing it's causing at the moment is, like, if you look at yesterday, and obviously Presto got back in the game yesterday. Every time Galvin drifts across and Presto's there's 2 or 3 guys already smashing Presto before he even catches the ball, because of all that heavy focus on Galvin and everything, and then that combination. It's already. People, even though he might be setting up to go outside later and he's hitting him early a few times and maybe he'll dummy the next time, whatever. It's just that scrutiny and that focus is there, that everyone's aware of it, even if they're not even good at watching the videos and focusing on these things. Everyone's aware of it because it's such a big thing that's played out over and over and over again by everyone. The whole Galvin thing. So everyone, as soon as Galvin gets the ball, like any normal player in his position would have a lot more opportunity to do something. But for him to be playing under all of that additional sort of focus and scrutiny from the other team is still amazing for him at such a young age to do what he's doing. And he's still nowhere near the player that we bought him for. He's still years away from becoming that player. So I don't know why people still think he's the answer, because he's not. He's going to become the answer, but he's still getting there. So Presto, unfortunately, got hammered yesterday a few times, not because he's Jacob Preston, but because he was running outside Galvin and they were ready for it. So, that's where what we're working on each week is to utilize that to create space somewhere else. If there's a few people there marking one guy, etc., there must be space somewhere else. So how do we get to the best of that? 2 weeks ago, Critta had an outstanding game, did everything right, and no one was saying a word. Everyone's lauding, I didn't realize he was that good. I didn't realize he could manage a game as a halfback and everything else and whatever. All of a sudden, the next game we play, the comments I was reading was just shameful, guys. Absolutely shameful. Get rid of this, get rid of that. Tracy can't. What are you guys on about, man? Seriously. We could have easily been 18-0 ourselves yesterday, and the game's gone. It's finished. The Raiders would have capitulated. Different team. They got a few bounces, a few lucks. Sutton did scored his usual 2 or 3 tries, and then we just couldn't catch up. And mentally, our guys fell back into that groove of that 5 losses in a row. Oh, everything's against us. Oh, the ref hates us. Oh, the bounce of the ball's gone their way. It's just hard, guys. It's just hard. So it's tough.
And I just refuse to sum a whole game up as just all shit. There were parts. I agree with the coach. Every time he's come out and said, I was actually, even when they were down 30-6 in Magic Round, he comes out and he says, well, there's actually parts in that I was happy with.
Yeah.
Fucking good on him. It's people who don't understand coaching, who don't understand performance. All they understand is scoreboards.
That's right.
He could have went out there and said, well, actually, I felt that 12 or 13 blokes in that first half did pretty good. There was 2 or 3 blokes that really performed poorly, and it fucked our whole game, which is basically what happened against the Sharks.
Yep.
And then, unfortunately, it was on both edges.
Yes.
Our fullback and our wingers just weren't there to catch the balls and stuff. Like that comes down to pressure, it comes down to injuries, it comes down to all this sort of stuff.
Sadly, yesterday, a lot of people wouldn't even have a clue what happened in the last 30 minutes because they were heading for the door, guys. I've never seen so many people leave the ground with 30 minutes to go. Where are you going? Are you serious? 30 minutes to go, you're leaving? Where were you going? What did you even bother coming for?
Yeah.
So how would you know what's happened after that?
No,
if you're not staying to the end, don't come. Seriously.
They're only there for the good, not for the bad. Look, I know it's bad for our mental health sometimes. I get it. But anyway, Tony says, why doesn't Cherry play every week the way he played when he auditioned for Melbourne? It's simply a question. He doesn't want to push himself no longer. That's checking out. I don't know. I don't think he's pushed. I was angry at Cherry. Yes, I was sitting there saying, I'm sure in the watch along I said some stuff. I can't remember what I said, but I'm sure I did. And that's heat of the moment stuff. That's but I'm always going to give these players a benefit of doubt. I don't think it's about him not pushing himself because he nearly scores a try, and I felt he really ran hard to score that try. I will say though is that I was disappointed in Burton and in Cherry. I felt Burton had some really good moments in defence, but I just feel that they didn't involve themselves enough. And I think I would have actually made point of the commentary of Voss, who did it in another game, where he basically says that if Bronson Cherry's not getting the football, that's Galvin's fault. Basically is what he's saying. He's getting a cold out there in the centres. Well, centres don't get colds. Wingers get colds. A winger can get a cold on the wing. And most of the time, Cherry's winger does get a cold in attack. That's about the most negative thing I'll say.
That's true.
I don't think it's because you're not trying, though. Maybe it's a subconscious thing. I can agree on that to that point. And if it keeps fucking costing us, if there's continued moments in games which we're giving away points because of Bronson, they just have to give the opportunity to someone else. They just have to. Especially now. What's up next? Cherry defends to the right and he doesn't know his movements and he's lost a bit of confidence. He's done plenty of it at training and he's done plenty of it in his career. He knows how to defend both sides. He was a right centre when he was a kid.
That's right.
It's just the left centre. It gets all the attack work and they get the bigger money.
And it doesn't suit his left foot step, guys, that he loves to come off. So his favourite left foot, he doesn't suit him being on the right when you got a big left foot step. He's a bit at sea. Yep.
Cherry signing with the Storm is not a big loss for us at all. He's been solid for a couple of years, but he's never broken a game over for us. Tuala is a much better player. Yeah, I'm loving Tuala, mate. Good comment. Paulie says Raiders were grubs in the ruck. It was pissing him off. Brian says, I don't think Cherry's checked out, and I don't want to call him lazy, but he's defensively blunt and effort player. Doesn't do the 1%, which is a shame because the sky's the limit for his talent. Yeah.
And the second opportunity he's got in life, guys, like he's received a golden, ticket from the Bulldogs to just get a crack at playing first grade again after what he went through. So, he should be, he's luckier than Willy Wonka, like seriously getting another crack, but he hasn't made the most of it. Like, this is why we've spoken about him so much, even in the off season when we were doing our reviews, saying that he's got the highest ceiling that he hasn't attacked. I mean, we can go through the tapes and play him back, guys. I was saying it quite a lot. He is the guy that has the most potential to really, bring his game up. He's just being too cautious, just doing all the safety bits. So, when he's gone to the Storm, wasn't worried about losing him, guys. I was more worried about losing some of the other players we've lost over the last couple of years, but not Cherry at the moment. So he showed when he got dropped in round 2, that selfishness of his came through, even if that was his first reaction, and he sort of pulled his head in. But that's what the coach was seeing as well, guys. So there's reasons why these things happen, and when they're let to play out, it all answers itself at the end of the day.
And one thing I will say, guys, is another thing to take into account. Gus has pissed a lot of people off. And some clubs do piss off certain media and certain managers. So when people get their opportunities to get some payback, they take it. And I'm not talking about the players always. Players are usually the ones that are taken advantage of with situations like this. So I have no doubt when that cherry dropping his lolly sort of thing, I think the way he handled it would have been more so. There would have been more of a reaction internally, and I do not believe he had any intention of that coming out the way that it did. I believe there's a couple of people involved from his camp or whatever that have made that into. They wanted to basically make it because it doesn't matter, because they know that with the Bulldogs and we've Gus at the Bulldogs, Gus hires everyone and fires everyone. No one has a choice to do what they want to do when it's far from the truth. Far from the truth. Gus chases everyone and he knocks and then chases them out, apparently. It's not how it works. It's far from reality. Just another fantasy in people's brains and this ongoing tussle they have with Phil Gould. But look, honestly, I Preston coming on playing left, that was just something I was like, knew it was going to happen. I thought he would start there. But something that we obviously said, like, we're sort of both right in the end. Curran did start left. We thought but Jacob didn't go right, did he? And that would have made complete sense considering that Kikau's probably coming back. He slots straight back in the left, which is we expect is what's actually going to happen.
Yep.
However, if it turns out Kikau comes back and they decide that he's an $800,000 middle now, then
it makes sense having Preston on the left. If you're going to put someone else on the right,
hopefully. And then for me, I'd be having Preston and Satilli on the edges.
Yep.
And I'd be having Kikau and Harry and all these guys coming off the bench.
Based on what Satilli's done though now, he's made himself a very hard case to drop when he's fully fit on the edge there. You almost think that he's made himself irresistible for that position now.
Yeah, but he won't be.
But I'm just saying, yeah.
I agree, 100%.
You want him as impact, but if there's any talk and feeling that Kikau can go to the middle, then yes, Satilli can make himself a case because he tidied up his hands and everything else. So there was games he wasn't making that one or two errors. The balance was good because he knew that he had the whole game to play out. Yes. Where when he'd come on for 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes, he's trying to be an impact player all the time. So he goes hard. But when you've got the 80 minutes, you can balance that out, and you start to get that confidence. And the way that he was running the ball, he was that damaging that he felt like I belong. I'm owning this position. I'm owning my spot in the team, and you play off the back of that. If they don't have that feeling about Kiko going to the middle, like Michael suggested now quite a few times, that could alter things as well. Then you have that Satili, coming off the bench factor and changing the game and giving that impact, et cetera, et cetera. But remains to be seen until, we know what sort of fitness, Kiko comes back with. And even Preston looked a bit underdone yesterday fitness-wise because, it's one thing to train guys, another thing to play the game. So he'll be better for it, next week and the week after. So,
and that it also makes you more versatile as well. If you got a big fella like that, he's playing 80 on an edge. It's getting harder for him to do it. But he's just such a unique athlete. He could do some things through the middle athletically that I'd hope. Look, I just think he should be coming on through the middle. I think Bulldogs fans would appreciate it to see him get that look in his eye and run at the biggest blokes in the comp. And I think he would take a lot of energy out of them. I really do. But anyway, it's a different game in the middle. It's harder. It's harder than on the edge. It is. But they're all very specialist roles, and they're all like a puzzle that needs to come together. Sean said that's what's getting me fired up watching the game yesterday about the holding and the tackles against the Dogs, and they got away with it nearly every set. They sure did. And that's what I mean. They give him 6-6 again. It's like, well, I've given you enough 6 again.
A lot of them were first tackle, though.
First and second tackle, which is nothing.
They were nothing. I mean,
they should have been a rule.
There should have been somewhere they could have been sin bins. You know what I mean? But there were times when there was slight delay. The Raiders would put their arms up and he'd do a 6 again. He was very reactive to that. It was poor.
Well, I think they only got 1 6 again or 2. We got 6, but I think they got like 5 penalties.
Yeah.
So they got a heap more penalties. Could be true, Paulie. Could be true. Ricky Newby allowed to slow the ruck last night 100%. He played for that. The ground looked heavy last night. Grass looked thick and slippery with Slaters and Critta. Yeah, we don't know, mate. Getting silence, getting crickets. I saw Jeffro punching the turf every time he made an error. He cares. That's enough for me to support him. That goes to the entire team. That's it. They care. They fucking care. That's right.
Yeah. He was pissed off, yeah.
Yeah, and look, I think he shouldn't lose his spot. But if he comes up with another error-riddled performance next week, well, he goes back to Cup, and I think that's what they will do. And they probably bring Montoya back in, who returned in New South Wales Cup today. Gave away 2 penalties. Ridiculous. I don't believe they were penalties at all. Where he was actually competing for the ball, and they said that he was tackled the player in the air. It's like he's going up for the ball, and then he sort of you fall down.
It's because he doesn't jump. We all know that. So he's anyway.
He did jump.
Oh, but you know what I mean.
Montoya can jump, bro. He jumped.
I know.
I'm not mad at Runakama at all. Just a kid. His second half showed me he's going to be great. That's it.
That's right, Brian.
That's it, Graham. Up the doggies. Welcome, Anthony. Anthony's a Dogfather cartel member now, mate. He's much appreciated. It's an elite group of people.
Don't go against the family.
That's it. We can't see you, Gas. What causes completion rates, handling errors, and a lack of focus for long durations? I'm going to swear right now, Blyman, Ruddy, heck, toilet tonsils, James, they call me. Head noise, yeah. I thought there was some head noise with Jethro after that try because it was such a it's a 12-point turnaround potentially.
Yeah,
a minimum 10-point turnaround in a game.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's what we thought. A lot of people were saying these blokes are done and whatever else, and they've been up for too long, and that's true. Gas needs to pay his power bill.
Yeah,
Tim saw you yesterday. That's good.
Yeah,
and you also saw Brad. Brad will be listening to this in the car tomorrow.
Yeah.
I haven't talked much about that. Or Voltano, I haven't talked about him. Our club has done nothing but get better since Gus and Sarah joined the club. Well, that's my opinion. I know more than Gus about most things, just definitely not rugby league. Gus being at the club has set us up for the next 20 years. It's not about winning on the weekend. It's like, yeah, we're in a long-term rebuild, but if you can just win this week, that would help us a lot. Yeah, man, Woods look sharp, just needs to put games together. Over the years when I was a young fella, heaps of blocks from my area in the mid-north coast were guns in the local comp. And we're on their own levels. Jamal Idris and Danny Badiris and Scott Hill come from my hometown. Yeah, Scott Hill, I wish he stayed at the Bulldogs. He had a really good season with us and then went to the Storm. He went to the Mariners and then the Storm.
That's right.
He was one Hunter. That I felt we let get away. Heaps are going to play footy as juniors for big clubs, but don't make it for lots of reasons. Yeah, lots of good little places, especially along that coastline. All right. Let's talk about Connor Vetano. Let's get him up on the screen, shall we? Now, I'd say he's gone top 30. What's your thoughts on that? Yes?
Not sure, mate.
You don't know?
Nope.
Just looking for the kid. He's probably pardon me. Wonder if he's played today for the Knights. He did. Scored in the 55th minute in the 24-16 win over Souths and kicked 2 from 5. Had a bad day with the boot. Let's have a look at him. He was the fullback for Newcastle today. Let's check him out, shall we? While we're here. So I'll share the screen. Here he is. How's that look? Probably make that a bit bigger, eh? Connor Vetano, good-looking young bloke. Apparently signed with the Bulldogs. He's only 20 years old. He weighs 90 kilos. He's 190 centimetres. That makes him what? He must be about 6'3" or 4. Would that be right? About 6'3", Gas?
What is it?
190.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
29 appearances in New South Wales Cup for 11 tries. Pardon me. He scored 5 tries from 8 appearances this year, kicked 37 goals at 72.6%. He's got 10 try assists, 14 tackle breaks, 1 line break. Tackling at 73% as a fullback's not too bad. Averaging 127 metres a game, which is not too bad which isn't too bad at all when it comes to New South Wales Cup. And in the 8 matches he's played this year, they have won 7 of them, including today's match, which would mean they've won 8 of the 9 he's played. This was before today's game. And he scored again today, so that would be 6 tries and whatever else he's done. So, let's see if we can get some footage of the kid. This might be. It's not allowing me to show that. I've got some ad blocking software on here or something. But that might have been a trial match, which I'm not allowed to show. Oh, man. Connor Vetano. Look, the Bulldogs were interested. A story came out about him in last year or the year before. I'm pretty sure, Gas. So we were all they were looking for fullbacks, and they went and signed Raymond Peru and David Bryant, and so they've signed a few fullbacks. They got that young halfback who's been playing on the wing. So look,
here's some highlights if you want to see it.
Right, keep it straight.
Look.
Good stuff, Gas. Oh, jumps on the loose ball.
Hold on.
Oh. Backing up through the middle. He's got the bat and headgear on. Sorry about all the yawning, people. Putting myself to sleep here. Nice try assist. He got the original pass away, I think. Ooh. Tries a nice left to right pass.
A bit of ponga about that.
There you go. Well, I might grab that and put that up on the website and let people see that on All Things Bulldogs. Thank you. Oh, who's this wanker? Yeah, look. Just sent you a little message, Gas.
Yeah, it's all right, mate. I'm already ahead of it. It's all right.
But so Gas was there today. Obviously, he has some things he has to do for his work, and that's all we'll say. Like, we don't. It's his private thing he's got to do for his work, and
sponsor duties.
Sponsors duties. He's a sponsor. He works for a sponsor of Souths, and they pay a lot of money. And part of that duty is wearing certain attire that's provided for him to wear. So, yeah. Now let's address the guy in the room. So Harry, why come on, Harry? You already messaged me today, mate. You're trying to fire me up. It's not disappointing at all. It's called work. You should do it sometime, mate.
I'd rather wear a South scarf, doing my work duties, and obliging and happily, support the sport. Rather than basically going. I haven't seen Harry when we've been winning. I've only seen Harry when we lose. It's very disappointing. He
does his little videos when we win.
Oh, okay.
Where he freezes it and makes it look like he was watching it live and predicted that we were about to score. Yeah, and look, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of Harry in that regard.
That's all right.
I love it.
It's all right. Harry spends more time on other podcasts as well, so that's all right. He needs the negativity to get himself fired up. I think there's too much positivity here for Harry. It rubs against his nature, I feel, sometimes, Harry. I don't know. There's not enough swearing here for Harry that doesn't fit into his normal routine.
I'll try and swear for him.
You try to give him some, but it doesn't work for Harry. But I'd rather do that, wear a scarf for to support something else, than carry on negatively, like some people do, constantly, and only chase the negativity and harass and bag and criticize players. I never do that. So I make my choices and I live with them, and I'm happy with it. So, but I'm all good with it, mate.
He normally just criticises the team.
That's all right.
And he's got to with Gavin not being a halfback. He can't get over that.
Whatever gets me on Fox Sports, mate. I don't really care, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, you TV whore, Gas.
Oh, that's if he's not happy, mate. So obviously he's seen something he's not happy about. You know, I thought you'd be more. I thought you'd be more about yesterday's game, buddy. But anyway, that's all right.
He wanted me to say something positive about the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
from yesterday, and then wanted me to say something negative. But
that's all right, mate.
It's all good, Harry.
I don't own any other team jerseys, mate. That's for sure. So,
yeah. And imagine pulling that. Imagine pulling this comment out. Then why were you there? You're there for your job. For the
I was actually there for Jai Arrow today. I was there for Jai Arrow today.
Gas is good mates with Jai Arrow. They're actually mates. Like Jai's giving Gas he set these blokes up with stuff through his work. He's been helped at these blokes. Obviously, Gas would probably prefer if he was a sponsor for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
He can't 100%, but he's just doing his job. Doesn't need to. And I already told you that, Harry, so you didn't need to come here and say that.
It's all right, mate. It's okay.
That's what I say. Like, what's the ego of people where they got to actually come out and try and bring people down all the time?
Latrell came into the room we were in today and did a talk and spoke about his injury. And at the end of it, in a room of 30, 40 people, he walked over to me, shook my hand because he knows me, and turned around and left. Didn't speak to anyone or take a selfie or do anything. That's sponsors' duties, guys. Partnerships. That's how it works. Yesterday, I was having a great chat with Aaron Warburton, guys. I was walking the team out of the hotel with the banner guys all the way down the race. Seraldo walked over and gave me a handshake before he left. That's the team I love. That's my passion. That's where I'm standing. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, you don't have to defend yourself anyway.
No, that's what I will do for my team, for my players, for what I do. These things, guys, I'll support rugby league and I'll support people, it doesn't matter to me. So. They gifted us a scarf today, so I put it on there out of courtesy, guys. There you go. So they gifted us a scarf today. So
exactly,
you do the right thing, guys. You say thank you. So that's what you do.
It's like when the Prime Minister doing his job, he gets gifted a scarf for a team he doesn't go for, he puts it on.
That's it.
You're like the Prime Minister, Gas.
Oh, he was there today. We see him all the time.
We gave you some attention, Hazza. I know that's what you're looking for. He says he doesn't watch the podcast because
we saw the Wiggles as well. They were there with us in the tunnel.
Well, that was good.
I remember singing their songs when they were young. When Aki was young, Aki used to like the Wiggles.
Levi, I saw you already had a comment the other day. You have to start Carrazza for he's a waste on the wing. You got to play your best players in the team, mate. I'd prefer to have him on the wing than Tracy. What other options have we got?
Yep.
Oh, he's definitely a player. And Levi, I do still agree with you. You could see when they were chasing the game, where they were throwing the ball out. They were trying to get it out to Carraz. When, they were in that garbage time. Where Ennis and Voss were concocting our next move. Should Sauce come in to the halves? Put the 6 on Galvin's back and everything will be fixed. If Critter is out, I hope we see Carraz at fullback.
Fitness-wise might hurt him. It's a lot of effort for that. He's currently still recovering from his he was needled up again yesterday for his rib injury. So
he does do it. Look, I think he does most of what he does anyway. Look, I did enjoy a couple of his passes at fullback, but I felt Tracy played all right. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Did he play bad yesterday or what?
I don't think he did.
I felt he asked questions.
He was doing his usual effort and taking all those extra runs and stuff. So, and obviously, guys, when you're chasing points, you have to start going outside of your norm. So, they got a little bit away from their normal game, but, they were throwing a lot of, passes 2 or 3 wide from kicks downfield. And, one of them got stripped out of Carraz again. So that's happened twice now in the last 3 weeks. It's unfortunate.
Paul, I agree about if the pack loses the middle, but the fact yesterday is that the Bulldogs cannot beat teams with our attack if our middle doesn't do well, the way the game is at the moment. And that's because we don't have enough genuine speed out wide to burn players. And that's the truth. That's why Queensland in Origin have done well against New South Wales all of the time, because in a slower ruck, playing Cleary ball, the faster Queensland outside backs have had the wood on the Blues in certain games. But look, Blues have won 2 of the last 3 series, so it just depends how the game's reffed and what's happening there with the ruck. And as I say, it's easy to be a fucking Queensland coach and a Queensland selector and a Queensland anything, because they just get glorified for whatever they do.
Yep.
They can lose and still
look good.
Be praised for it, whereas New South Wales, it's complete. And it's sort of like with the Bulldogs. They're just constantly in the focus, and everyone's got their ideas on these certain players and on Gas and everything else, and everyone's commenting on. And for people to for that game to happen after we just had 3 in a row,
yeah,
the way it happened, for people then just to go to start
default back to the usual,
talking about Gus Gould and all this sort of shit. Oh, Serrato's not accountable. Like someone said, like he was asked 3 questions about Critta to start the press conference. He just answered the questions. And the first comment on the Fox Sports thing was, some chick was like, oh, as if you would use Crichton's injury to try and deflect from the team's performance. Oh, what are you talking about? He was asked 3 questions about it, and then a whole heap of people agree with it. I'm like, what are people listening to and watching?
Yeah, it's narratives, mate. The usual.
Fuckwits.
The usual. Bumped into David Ferner today, and he was talking about last week. The Blues camp took the whole 1996 winning Origin team out for dinner with the current team, he said, before they left Sydney last week, before they left to go to Brisbane. They all caught up and had a long night and drinks and dinner and everything. There was only 2 players from that squad missing. So that was something that I didn't hear much about. That I don't know if you heard about that. That was
we never hear about any of that good stuff.
that was something good that they did. Part of the stuff that they got to pull them up and get them ready for the game. So these guys were rubbing their insights and giving them confidence as well. So must have worked. Whatever they did, it was all good. What have we got here? Tried hard. We look good in some areas. That's right, buddy.
I'm going to talk to this guy's fuckwit comp.
Sorry.
Galvin might not be at the Dogs 3 years. When he gets good, he moves on the same as Luai. That's great comment. Great comment, mate. Well done. Maybe the Luai effect needs to be talked about a little bit more. There's a guy who's a Tiger for life who's already leaving next year.
Even Benji's lost confidence with him.
The second half, 18-16, we won that second half with the fight back. There you go. Did we win the second half?
Well, they were 22. They scored 18, actually. No, they scored 18 in the second half. So...
yeah, we know Preston's a left back row. He was actually a left centre when he come to the club. He prefers playing on the left. I said it plenty of times throughout last year. Talked about it numerous times, to be honest. It is his preferred side, but that doesn't matter. I sort of just go, look, I knew it was going to happen, and I've got no problem with what the coach does, because they know better. But from the fans' point of view, what fans are seeing, and I knew that these decisions are going to make fans angry, because it's quite simple for us. Curran did well last week. But at the same time, I also believe the Titans probably didn't expect Curran to go out there with the line speed and the way that he dominated that game. And they probably, they're more prepared for Curran this week. But I think Ricky would have felt that Preston was going to start that game. I'm sure of it. Because they had a plan to attack the right side edge the whole way. Like they did that. They went the right of us a lot early on. 6 again on first tackle should be a penalty every time. Yeah, that's what I reckon. Or just make it 1 again or something. I don't know. They need to look at that rule completely. G'day, Mike. Good to see you, mate, and thank you. G'day, John Bryan. Disappointing loss. What could go wrong? Did Sutton say no more? Why was Jeffro in his no try ball dislodged? His body fell on the ball, not deemed ball dead. Yeah, we talked about that, John. Big time at the start. The tackle Crows was penalised for being dangerous was an absolute joke. Yeah, it was hard not to turn the TV off after that, to be honest.
That was a classic tackle. Classic tackle.
Mustafa, he's been on Facebook groups for a long time, supporting the Dogs and giving his opinions. Yeah, rocks and diamonds under the high ball and wish him the best. Go the Dogs. Bad news for Mitchell Woods. Poor kid, can't catch a break. Damn hamstrings. Very true, Mustafa. Very true.
There was a few players in the past that had some issues with their hamstrings, like Tommy and Latrell, and they ended up going over to America to work on with some special coach and stuff. Maybe we're going to have to look at sending Woods away somewhere to start doing that rehab properly on his leg. I don't know, because they were having a lot of some of those players were having. Send him to America already?
Yeah,
wow.
I think so, yeah. Okay. I heard something about that.
Okay.
No, Levi, we're just slow to getting to things, brother. Slow to getting to things. And yeah, it's up to ours. You go to the Warriors, no problem.
See you in 2 weeks, mate.
See you in 2 weeks. We'll be looking forward to it. Yeah, good support player. He can ball play, doesn't look blindingly fast. Well, you'll suit us then. Send credits to the Warriors all starting with fullback confused. It's too stupid not to do it. Okay. We'll take Tane to a peaking then. Mate, Courage is a Bulldog. We love him more than you'll ever know. I'll tell you something about we love Courage more than a New Zealander loves the All Blacks. That's how much we love him. I'll tell you that right now. I even made my own Courage little flag. I actually had it in the watch along yesterday. I don't know if you could see it. That's it.
Must be when you said you were sleepy, mate.
Oh, James talking to Levi. You didn't ask this question. You just told us what to do. It's time for Mick to get a pillow and a mattress. Oh, if you knew how close to home that was, what I've gone through in the last 18 months. Anyway, pray for me, Timmy, and I'm serious. Pray for me. You're going to need to with Harry will be probably stalking us, giving us shit. What did you call me? All good. Obviously, he's don't agree because whenever Carrazas played fullback, he look dangerous. He brings everyone in the game of his offload. Yeah, he does. He's a great player, Levi. He can do that from the wing as well.
Yep.
G'day, James. Welcome, brother. Bye-bye, the juice. It's work that has to be done. Nothing wrong with it. That's it. Flippin' scallywag. Proud of you, Gas. The work you do supporting a good cause as a sponsor. Sorry, guys, I'm late. Sadly, I missed watching my first Dogs game since 2023, so it's all my fault. Ruined my night last night when I got spoiled the score. Unbelievable, Mike. Just want to say Hayes a lot faster than I thought. Almost caught Savage. Well, Harry's he's a centre, mate.
He's an ex-back, yeah.
Remember when Critta spray Galvin was front page and main story in every outlet? I doubt we'll see anything said about him spraying Jethro. Very good point, Zach. Very good point. And look, it's about it's a man's game. You cop the spray. That's it. You cop the spray. Missed the game due to Melbourne trip. My parents forced me to go, which ending up very nice. Representing the Dogs with my dog's jacket.
That's it.
Let's move on from Harry. So what's the latest on Woods, gents? Welcome to you, CJC. He's done his hammy. It looked like a lower leg strain. And yeah, when he sort of limped out of the tackle thing, and then the play sort of went down the field, and I was like, oh. Then it come back, and there's a kid lying. He was sort of lying a bit further away than where he was. I was like, oh, is that him? It's him. Yeah, it's him. I watched it today on Bar TV. Gaz, you be blue, mate. You're doing your job that pays bills. Fuck what Harry says. Gaz, I saw it, Gaz. It was great to see Sarah shake your hand. Gaz, you tell the Blue Wiggle Anthony the Bulldogs will beat the Tigers next week.
I'm hoping we let our scoreline do the talking for us next week. We've got a bit of chod to get back on them.
That's it. And Rhett's just come in with another $8, so thank you. Goes to the total. We're raising
Rhett.
money. 10% of our money will go to July as well. And we'll continue to keep trying to raise money, guys. Feel free to send a super thanks or a super chat, or join and become a cartel member. You'll get a ticket into the draw. And after a certain qualifying period, you get a little merch pack. And actually gave Joby one of a nice little canvas that I made. He said that's going to look good in his gaming room. So there you go. It's good what we can do these days. Tim thought Connor tried hard. Tracy play well.
I think we've spoken enough about that, mate. Just move on, mate. Move on, mate. He's had enough time. He's had enough time, mate. See you later.
Oh well, Harry, if you want to pay his bills for him, if you want to,
that's it.
If you want to pay the bills, and if you don't want the opportunities that come through your work, go for it.
Harry, I cop a lot of grief when I go to Bulldogs and Rabbitohs game wearing my Bulldogs jersey. I cop it from the sponsors as well for fun. So, I was being nice today. So just chill out, buddy.
That's it.
Told you I was there for Jai, mate. Relax.
No, you can't get over it.
Even when I went and the Rabbitohs gave me the honour of flipping the coin between a Rabbitohs and Roosters game, I still wore Bulldogs. Yeah. And to defy them, I still wore a Bulldogs pin to defy them. The CB I wore when they asked me to flip the coin, when Tedesco and Cody Walker were the captains. Still wore a Bulldogs pin. So, yeah, today was for Jai, mate. Just chill out, buddy.
Yeah.
Like I said, mate, be positive about the Bulldogs, and then maybe I'll give you a proper answer next time.
And now you helped out a few Bulldogs as well. Just haven't you?
I still helping out the Bulldogs guys.
Yeah. Probably helping out Perth Bears people soon.
Yeah.
Through all your connections. Welcome to you, Amir. We need kick out back ASAP. He's at Aura. Thank you. Thank you, Sean, for sticking up. That's it. How long's Critta out for? We're not sure, mate. Really not sure on that. There's crickets from the Critta camp.
It might take time to diagnose that properly as well, though. That's the problem. He might need to see a few different specialists on something like that. That's not going to be a straightforward thing. Just that nerve stuff is a bit funny. It could be because it was innocuous. So for it to come up from something like that, it might need some specialized care. It might take time to get to the bottom of that. His well-being is more important than when he's back on the field, I think, anyway.
What's James talking about? He's at Gosford Central Coast. If you got a problem, you meet me at the train station. Yeah, I'll see you there. When's the next one, mate? I'll meet you there. We'll shake hands and we'll chat about it, brother. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But don't underestimate a lover, I'll tell you that much. I'll go good. Anyone notice McKenna's favourite players, Bailey Hayward, could have fooled me. He loved Bailey Hayward's best moment of the season against the Titans.
Yeah, that one pass.
Joshy Reynolds says he loves Bailey Hayward as well. So, look, at the end of the day, Fox know what sells papers, and that's always the disclaimer. They know what sells.
Yeah.
Good James and bad James. It's like one on me left, one on me right. My middle name's James as well. Look, I want to call you Jimmy. Good James will call Jimmy. Bad James will call James. Yeah, honestly, I would. You need to give us $2 million and Tua Peaky to have Carraz, and you only get to have him for one game a year.
It's not.
Thank you, Shawnee, for standing up for us, brother. Love it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Rhett. Always doing the good stuff. How come they don't promote New South Wales Cup referees to first grade? Well, if you watch today's Cup game, that's probably why.
That's where they get demoted, guys.
Because they follow the rule book too often, too much. In the bad way.
And there's no bunker for those. There's no bunker for those guys either.
I think, is it Klein's son or it's his son that's a ref now?
His son was the one, yeah.
His son actually goes all right. He's had a couple of howlers, but Ashley Klein's son's going all right. So
he had the first game.
He'll be able to pay off Daddy's debts eventually when he gets going. He gets his ins. Look, we talked about the momentum swings when he was a little young fella. But yeah, there you go. That's it, James. Thank you. What do you think of the New Zealand expansion team will be called? I was scrolling on Facebook earlier. Southern Redbacks. Better than the Southern Rednecks. Not too many rednecks in the south of New Zealand. Oh, they should go to Palmerston North, bro.
No, well, they've gone from being the All Blacks now to the Redbacks. Come on, what's going on?
the red and blacks.
The red and blacks.
Maybe. I was going to say.
Did you see the boss of the current Warriors team when he's asked about expansion into New Zealand, and he's like,
"Why would we?"
He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. You watching him answer it. He's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be good, but we're like he doesn't want that competition." He wants to be the only team. So that's why they're spreading all over New Zealand now to be the New Zealand team now. But it's inevitable. You're going to have to put another team in there. That's the only way to build. Like there needs to be two teams in New Zealand. You can't have a 25,000 seat stadium and sell it out every week. You need to spread it out, get more games over there for sure.
Could be a nightmare for the NRL. Like they're still the sleeping giant.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think the Dogs are spending a little bit more to have a pathway there than to persist with some of the others that they've had? There's a good reason for that. We're talking about the Tongans and the Samoans and some great culture and heritage and Cook Islands and all these places. But the real deal, is New Zealand. Well, not mind seeing Kraz play left centre and move Burton to 6 and play Montoya or Sewer to the right wing. Jeffro stay in, Cherry back to the bench if that's what I'd like to see back line anyway.
So obviously Tuala would be back in because he's only just had a cold or just
Tuala's back.
An illness. Yeah, so he'll be back next week.
Sewer got a really nice try, the second try today. Obviously got blamed for the last try, but I think there's a lot that went wrong before that.
That's true, Brian. Yeah.
G'day, Demetria. Welcome to you.
G'day.
What's everyone's opinion on suffer? Demetria, she loves Gerard Sutton, don't ya? She hates him nearly as much as I do. Look, I'll refer everyone. Type in to Google. Does Gerard Sutton love Souths, or does he just hate the Bulldogs? And make it trend again. It seems to trend every time we lose to the Rabbits.
How many times you look at the team list?
Sutton.
How many times you look at the team list, you see Sutton's name, and you just go, "Oh no, I know where this is going." It's you try to justify it, you hope, but our record is just so glaring with him. It's crazy. I know that the last 10 years have been dire before the last 2, but still, it's pretty bad with him.
Nathan Nulla, Woods needs to be we can't let the kid go. He's got a contract, mate.
That's it.
See how he go. We'll keep. And he's only 21. Young.
Just treat it like a knee reconstruction. He'll be back. Don't worry.
JP Johnny, shocking performance last night, but still having faith in the Dogs to make the 8. Tracy played well to me. Depending Critta's injury, O'Sullivan starts, hopefully kick out returns next week up the Dogs. Yeah, look, I don't want O'Sullivan starting it. Just don't. If he does, back him in, hope he has the best game, becomes our long-term halfback, we go and win grand finals. Like, that's what I want for the bloke. But on trust, I don't trust him. I just don't know if he's trusted the same way by the club. He's there, offered good depth. He's a talker. You can see he's around those young blokes. He's a pleasure to be around. You can see he's one of the best humans already in our club. Fits in with the culture. He's great. You can tell that. And he's straight. He coaches with Greenacre as well. He's doing a lot of stuff with kids. Does all the work on and off the field. So he's a real asset to our team and our club. And couldn't have done more than what he did when he came on. He did quite well. But I think we go in another direction, personally. I'd be like, okay. It's Wests. It's Burton. It's Cherry. It's Critta's out again, potentially. Tuala's back. Let's go. Come on. And Birdo, you get the ball. Look, Birdo's had time being the dominant half. They did that when Oluwapu was out. Obviously, he struggled. But he can do those little kicks and he can hold the ball up and just let Galvin run. Kick us to the corner again, Birdo. Bring some players to the ball as well. Do a bit of this, a bit of that. Ask questions. Obviously, the way our attack sort of evolved with Critta there, and the reason we've successfully got past the Raiders early in that game, even though we dropped balls and shit, was because of questions that have been asked and forcing them to hang off and whatever else. So I was checking the cost of tickets for Dragons vs Bulldogs game again at Allianz. $70 for what's general admission?
General admission, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Is that ridiculous?
Yeah, it's crazy. But even this week, if you looked at the tickets for the last 2 weeks, like yesterday's game and next week, they're one price. Then you look at the Warriors game, they've bumped it up a bit on the Warriors game.
Because they know the Warriors fans are going to come.
That's right. So they've bumped it up. So
that's capitalism.
But it's still nothing like some of the other teams have been doing. So
first thing I said, Adrian, on the review tonight, was one of those weeks, but everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Yeah. Yes.
One final shout out before I'm actually just going to go in and quickly run through the stats just to go over it quickly. But I will suggest that Yeah, if you want to be a part in these draws to win a frame jersey, get your likes, your subscribes, your super chats, your whatevers. Get it all happening. So let's get this up on the screen.
G'day, Andy.
G'day, Andy. Where are you at the moment? Still in
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam. If anybody's old enough to remember that.
You can recite the whole thing, can't you, guess? When he's on the radio.
No, I know his golf segment very well.
Yeah, I know that. So we had 39% possession in the first half, 45 in the second, 7 minutes less with the ball. 26 from 36 isn't going to get it done, guys. Still, average, I think average meters per run, we're winning that stat. Post contact, we're definitely a lot better than we used to be. Obviously, we're having, 24 more runs. Is going to produce that for you. We had 4 line breaks to 3 in the end. Nearly the same amount of tackle breaks with a lot less ball. Average set distance a little bit less. Kick return meters. We didn't get much kick return because once they got that possession, they were getting down the field. They were they were kicking balls deliberately sort of shorter that we had to travel to make it a contest. So that's how they sort of played a game, as the comment, I think that was Tony who said it, that they knew that they were going to be able to slow our ruck. They knew that they were going to try and make everything a contest and scrap their way to a win. And it all worked out really well for them. But 3.8 seconds, that wasn't because they were just dominating us in the ruck. It was because they were cheating. And they got away with it. So for people to say, oh, blame Sutton. Look, at the end of the day, not even when you get that cheating in a ruck in a game, not many refs are going to give you more than 6 against. That's the thing. What should have happened is someone should have went to the fucking bin for the repeated ruck infringements that they were producing throughout that match whenever we had the ball. That's what should have happened. And it didn't. We're not playing a game where we're just slowing down people's ruck. We're not being that team. We're being a team that's playing above that. That sort of shit. Maybe we need to get to that at the moment. Maybe that's what we just got to do to scrap some wins. We just have to give away early tackle restarts and all that sort of stuff. But be rest assured, if we'd done six agains in the same circumstances, we would have had someone in the bin.
Yep.
With Sutton. 100%. He's just proven that over and over and over again. Missed tackles, only 28 in the end.
But look at the tackles made. 44 extra tackles.
That's it.
44 extra tackles.
7.5 extra sets.
Yep.
Of footy. And really crossed the try line 6 times.
We had more line breaks, though.
Penalties conceded 6. So they won the penalty count 6-3. And we won the 6 again, 6-1. So there you go. Our best stat performer was Jamin Salmon yesterday. He played 80 minutes. And made 137 metres, which was a team high from 15 runs. It's a good effort for him. 3.5 seconds play the ball. As I said, if he's playing lock, he's getting that play the ball speed at a much faster rate. But the way they slowed us, to slow Max King and Leo down to 4-second play the balls is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I felt Bailey Hayward showed a lot of good signs again yesterday. Out of dummy half, bringing people onto the ball, showing a lot of urgency, going the right way a lot of the time, and worked his ass off, obviously. I thought that Kurt Mann actually played, his stint was quite good to start.
I don't know if that's gonna sustain next week, to be honest. If you miss the start and you make that change, I feel like they might revert back to Hayward next week.
I think it's something that they will bounce around with, because just to manage their bodies and workload.
Yeah,
I thought Kurt's second stint was pretty good as well. He's involved.
Second stint was good. Yeah,
I thought he was all over things. Look, I mean, the first 15, he's only on for 20 to start. Jack played 22 minutes. Presto 60. Jack basically just come on and tackled again.
Yeah,
and did pretty well.
Tried to fire them up. Yeah.
How many runs did he have? Not many. How many runs did he have? Here we go. Wouldn't have been much. 3 for 25. Bronson 7 for 67. What did Birdo have? 6.
Yeah.
I think 3 or 4 of them were in the last 10 minutes. So, look, the game didn't go to our centres, but they didn't go to the game.
It was out of whack. It was out of whack. The whole thing was out of whack.
9
After that
sets.
first 15, yeah.
But that's the thing. One of those guys has to do some yardage stuff, but they sort of go, okay, it's like Jeff Rowe's just smashing himself as a young kid, getting absolutely, his contact though is good. Joby made the comparison to the 300 gamer, Tupu, for the Roosters. And it's probably not a bad comparison, to be honest. Very similar sort of style. Probably not quite as big as Tupu, but I reckon he's got more growth in him, if that makes sense. 183 metres. They just kicked it to him all night.
Yep.
And only 9 of those were kick returns. So he's coming off that tough run.
But a lot of those, he was actually catching them as the players arrived.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So he'd literally catch them and they would be basically on him already. Because he'd be on the ground or, trying to pick it up.
Tracy 5 tackle breaks.
It's
pretty good. Kurt Mann had a few. That's pretty much it. I couldn't give a fuck about the Raiders, to be honest. But man of the match, Jamin Salmon, for all the salmon haters out there. He's our man of the match. Oh, here he goes. This is Harry's mate, Hilly. Or his brother. Nah, Haywood was shit. Fucking wouldn't know what shit is until they look in the fucking mirror. We can do it. I'm expecting a huge response against the Tigers. There won't be any booing of Galvin this time. It's our home game. Oh, there probably will be. It'll have the touchline guys will be there. Is Harry and Hilly going to go? Are they going to go? They'll boo Galvin. You old James.
That's it. That's in regards to the Good Morning Vietnam. No, mate. No, it's all right, mate. It's maybe you just watched it on YouTube.
Eighth spot will be 34 points again this year. 8 games to go. Need at least 7 wins. Our points differential is an issue. The 8, it's possible. There is still hope there. There certainly is hope. We just got to get some wins. and be a bit more resilient. Hanoi
If
boys.
we end up winning 7 games, that'll take care of the for and against. Because a few of those will end up putting some points on people if we end up winning 7 of those games.
Good question, Joey. Is Alex Conte ready for NRL? Look, if the club believes he's ready, he's ready. That's how it's not sitting on the fence. From what I've seen, I think he's got a way to go defensively. And it is a real. It's sort of like, okay, you play these guys if you have to, if you're forced to, but are they forced to playing him? Is he forced to play NRL yet? Is there a genuine need to bring? Is he going to make us a better team right now? I don't think he will. I really don't. I think his long kicking game is getting better, but still has work to do. It's definitely getting better, but that could be a bit of a liability. So he's not going to really get to kick as much. He throws a good ball. Threw a beautiful ball to Jonathan Sewell today. It was a rocket, absolute rocket. A little bit forward, in the mould of an Ezra Mam or a Latrell sort of, or a Cody face ball. Big one out to the winger, and he just gets it. No one's near him. Just runs 10 meters and scores. Look, I don't think he's too far off though, and if they call him up, they mean that they're backing him to make the tackles and do what's right. It's quite funny. It's quite funny because I don't know. We'll play it by ear, but look, I've got a prediction here. I could be wrong, but I think part of the reason why Braif's doing this big push on him is he knows he's not going to get picked for halfback this year unless something really goes wrong with the halves or whatever. Or where it's like Burton has to play and O'Sullivan's injured. And so I think they'll pick O'Sullivan over Conte. If O'Sullivan's fit, I think he'll go in before Conte will. But, yeah, as far as his ceiling and whether he will be in that side and whether he should be, 100% I can see him there. Can I see him there next week? Maybe, but I wouldn't be pushing it. I think it might get pushed a little bit on Fox Sports this week, especially if Critta's out. They'll talk about it.
Especially because the manager's there.
Well, I think O'Sullivan will be. They'll mention O'Sullivan, and then they'll go, oh, but what about Conte? He's going good, and Woods is. He got injured again, did he?
Yeah, it'll be a setup again.
It'll be set up.
It all happens in the room where they do the makeup. Where they sit there. That's where they. There's a little bit of a. Hey, if you mention this, I'll do this, and we'll say this, and off we go.
We might have a little video behind the scenes. Documentary or mockumentary coming out about the preparation of a NRL 360 episode. Could be quite funny.
Brian wanted to go watch the Dogs and Para at Combank. The disabled seat was $150. 2 weeks later, the same seat was $50 for a different team. It's the Bulldogs tax. Yeah, the Broncos did the same thing. The Broncos do the same thing. They absolutely hammer you. And
$100 in the nosebleed.
Yep, that's right. And also, don't forget, Leichhardt did something similar. Remember, they did those ridiculous pricings even for a trial game. So, yeah, they all do it.
We need to return serve to the Tigers and give it to them like they have been to us at times. Finau Latu, he was going all right today. He sort of walked off the field at the back. I don't know if they just were making the change and it's like he was out of gas. He was out of gas 23 and unable to progress any further. But had a couple of telling runs, did well. Night to you, buddy. Great to see you again, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Ciao bella.
Yeah, Sutton would have definitely blown a halt to it and put the little TV box up, and
that's it.
If the roles are reversed, have no doubt about it. And so he's just the ref who finds these things. It's always Sutton. It's always him who creates this unnecessary drama when there was no need for any. Like, he's the one who finds that penalty that he's got to give. Oh, sorry.
I mean, he was the one that penalised the other day when they did the kick from under the post, and they said to him, "How much seconds do I have?" He goes, 5, and then he blew a penalty, and from right in front.
That's not my problem, mate. That's not my problem.
Well, he's the one that does that all the time. He finds those things. You know, he's got every right to just say, "Nah, play on." Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. It's okay, but all good. Brian said he's hasn't gotten over the fans throwing bottles at him at the famous, the infamous Good Friday game. That's right.
That's it. Let's keep going.
Sinbin, Sutton, Noodle Brain. Yeah, they are, and he does that for every game. He just has his own unique style. I don't know how he's still going there.
Jethro tried something Tupu would have been proud of. That's for sure. Yeah, it was a good try, that. How about Satili's injury? And he's up next.
Yep. Not sure still. Not sure how long. They said 8 weeks from the start. But
did they? They said 8
weeks.
Oh, fuck.
That's what I heard. I don't know. It was a long time.
You're probably right.
That's what I remember hearing.
Who's the two teams making the grand final? Well, I think the Warriors are a big chance.
If it's the top 2, Warriors and Panthers, it'll be a good grand final, I can tell you now. If they're both fully fit.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I love their coach, and I love that. But look, they're just playing Serrato's system.
Look, it's Gus. Gus set that team up, the Warriors. So you can say thanks, Levi. You're welcome.
But just have a look at But I love. That's what I mean. Like Webster, the way he's talking about kids developing, and you know, he's probably only played him this amount of minutes, and that I like that. I like his press conferences. His honesty and transparency is very good. He's a very good asset for that club. Positives, we played to the end, kept the dread of 50 at bay, not the hate of Finn, 66 losers. Salmon easily our best with Leo had a go. Yeah, Leo always has a go too, mate. Like, obviously, he won't be happy with that try after that second 40-20. That was pretty bad. James, Robin Williams is a legend. It came out 2 years before I was born, but I've seen it.
That's it.
It did fucking times. I love it. That's Robin Williams live on Broadway is probably
it's classic.
He must drink about 74 bottles of water in that one performance.
He's got them all on the one table at the same time. Yeah.
That last scene too. Hey guys, hey ladies, and he does this, and he's like, that's so fucking great. It's like I was just watching myself.
You've ticked him off now, mate.
Oh, we love it. That's a good thing. We can talk about funny shit.
That's it.
Good mates. Through the Bulldogs. Bulldogs brought us together. So instead of trying to drive hate fucking narratives and be angry all the time.
Yeah.
I'll be angry at the people who are trying to be angry at us. I'd rather do that.
That's it. The steam coming out of your ears.
Oh, they'll get 1,000 views this week after a 40-point.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be loving that.
We still didn't concede the 50, guys.
Part of me is just like, fucking score 50. Just score it. Put us out of our misery.
That's it.
But I did think, though, I thought, I'm like, Ricky's Raiders, they're thinking what happened at Canberra last year is about to happen again.
Yeah.
They're thinking that.
Well, we said it at halftime. If we need to score in the first 5 minutes after halftime and then just keep going from there. And we did. We scored in the first 5 minutes and then it didn't happen anyway.
Timmy, would we bring Logan Thank you, John. Beautiful
Thanks,
comment.
mate.
Look, I think you open up the pathway by making Viliami kick our middle in our club. But that's just
You know what?
opinion.
You know what could happen, Timmy? If we lose hypothetically 2 out of the next 3 games, for example, you could be seeing a lot of this stuff happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
A lot of things could change.
Maybe Conti.
Maybe
Logan.
Conti. Maybe Conti. But a lot of these things, if things will be different, if that happens, and basically we're saying that that's it, the race is over.
It's funny though, because you bring these young, like you're hearing people again say, "I'll give the young blokes a go." Like, how many young blokes do you want to give a go?
Yeah, exactly.
And we've got a lot of young blokes in the team, and then it's okay. The shackles are off, and you bring some young blokes in, and they find their feet after a week or two, and then they start winning some games. And then what's the narrative then? Oh, they should have had these players in the whole time.
It took for them that long to get ready, guys, sometimes. And some of them are still getting ready. Ask the Dragons with their halfback what's happened since they brought him in, They've gone back to Flanagan. Didn't they sack the coach? Now Flanagan's still their halfback and they're winning games. Come on, guys.
Remember Remus Smith? He was the best, last 5-game winger in the comp.
That's right.
He wanted to play centre. They put him at centre and we couldn't win a game. Put him back to the wing at the end. We scored heaps of tries.
And our New South Wales Cup team, guys, is drawing a game with a team that's below us on the table. Come on, Anyway,
they should have won.
It's okay.
They didn't play, even though they should have won. They didn't play that well.
Remaining hopeful we make the finals. Yeah, look, I still think that we can. That's how I don't get out of bed every day until it's completely mathematically gone. We're still a chance.
Spinks will get a run if he. I don't know. Like, he's playing in a position where we've got a lot of good players.
A lot of depths, yeah. Finau could be ahead of him. Who knows? Definitely to beat. Yeah, that's it, mate. Definitely, we need to get those Tigers back.
We've got to tick that box. That's a box we've got to tick, bro. Big time. That's on the calendar. The last game
Andy.
was there.
Andy says we need to get there, rev up the boys and cheer them on. We need more than 19,000 guys on a Saturday afternoon. Come on. And next week we got the Tigers and they're local, so they're going to bring their supporters. We need to be there to counter that, guys. We were lucky yesterday they had Canberra and they had minimal, but, man, we need to get some people down there next week, 7:30 Saturday night. And I'll tell you what, on Tuesday night, I'm going to give away 2 tickets to the game, guys. 2 tickets to the game.
Oh,
so
tickets.
All right, 2 tickets to the game, courtesy of the Bulldogs. Okay,
you got those, mate.
Done.
Thank
2 tickets to the game. We'll sort that out on Tuesday night, guys.
We need Stilio. Bench is lacking punch. Well, look, that's why I'd be bringing in Salmon back to lock and putting Harry and Curran as our senior guys off the bench. And having AJ and Underhill there. I thought AJ would have been the one that played this week, but he didn't. That fucked with me. He went all right today too. He knocks on a ball, but it was a really bad pass by Woods. Woods punched the ground after he passed it. Like, AJ could have caught it, but it was a bit high. But he makes a really good run, which gets us the lead after being behind. And then he also is a part of that last play that got us 6 points in front, where he takes the ball to the line and really nice pass actually to Conti the way he did it. So showing a little bit there, AJ Jones. Finns have fallen off a cliff. First time they didn't score a point. Also first time Osako hasn't scored a point for the Finns. Wow, good stat, Mike. Run over Sutton and Buzz in the All Things Bulldogs. Did you watch the one today? We got I think Sutton puts us in the bin, mate. So you've got to stick around for the end. There's a new video clip. Night John, round 25 against the Dragons for Satilli. Fuck. Thanks, Timmy. I didn't know it was that bad. So that will. Who's to say there's not another injury, Timmy? At any point, Logan Spinks will be getting closer. That's for sure. But I think Curran, Salmon, Preston. Kickout's coming back. Probably need at least 2 of those players to go down for him to get a crack. I agree with all the hypotheticals, but don't want to burn them if they're not ready. Great result in Ron Massey as well. Yeah, CJ got a head knock. He was only on for about 10 minutes. They had a good win. An important win to keep them up there. New South Wales Cup today. Actually, let's have a quick look at the ladders, shall we? Then that should be enough for the night. What do you reckon?
That's it, mate.
All right, let's go for it.
And while he's looking for that, guys, there's a Wimbledon final today, guys, but there's also the boys singles final. Cruz Hewitt, Leighton's son, currently on court. 2-1 up in the first set, up a break as well. So
there you go.
Let's see if he can win a Wimbledon junior title just to get some confidence.
All right, so what we're going to do on the on the podcast on Tuesday, we'll go through each round and look at the results we need to go the Bulldogs' way.
Yeah.
We'll start doing that already, unfortunately, but we win. It was a grand final. We needed to win it. We win that game. We're probably minus 70 or minus 60 on the differential. We'd be equal with the Seagulls. And
who were top four not long ago? Yeah, they were third when we beat them. Yeah,
and
that's how quick it can change, guys.
Yep.
You know, we beat the Seagulls; they were third, and if we'd won yesterday, we would have been tied with them. I mean, that's how quick things can change. So don't despair yet, but we need to get that last push to the end of the year now. You know, that bye, unfortunately, the players all had a break and whatever. You know. They came out hot in the first 15. They didn't capitalize on our chances, and then we got burnt. That's what happens in rugby league. It's the way it is. We need to now push and get our best form from now to the end of the season. Give ourselves every opportunity to do something special, hopefully. The players still believe it, so we're going to support them.
So, in New South Wales Cup, we're sitting 4th. I think it's a top 5. Well, it usually is. But I always get... Sometimes it changes. It might be different, but a win today would have kept us in the hunt for that top 3 position, which is where we want to finish. But I think the New South Wales Cup side will make the top 5. I think they're still a big chance of making the top 3, and that's because, especially based on ladder positions and the way the season's been going, they should win a lot of their matches. But still, it's how do I get there? We go.
Well, it's interesting though, considering the start of the year, we were not playing a team to win those games. We were playing a team to keep preparing our team for the first grade. So for us to be that far up is pretty good.
Look, they've had 6 losses still, and 4 byes. So the 3 teams ahead of them are going to be hard to catch because they've already had 11, 12 wins. And 2 of those sides have only had 3 byes.
Yep.
So the Knights play the Jets, which is a good a game. We probably want the Jets to win. And it's probably the Bears that we've got to target. Now they get the bye, so they're going to stay on 30. You want the Jets to give us a bit of breathing room. We play Wests, who are still a big chance. They're sort of only 3 points behind the Dogs.
And 1 win behind, yeah.
1 win behind. And they've got a good side. I think they might have beat us last time. So the Raiders, who with that point jumped up a little bit, they're playing the Rabbits. So that's a really important game for both sides. Do we want the Raiders to win? Rabbits started the season sort of did pretty well.
But they've been tested with their depth because they've been feeding the first grade a lot. So there's been a lot of debuts happening out there as well.
Because Latrell Seawalt and players like that are very good for them in that grade.
A lot of teams have had that same problem though.
And Roosters are a side that they're not a side that's there to win cup comps. They're all about depth. So we play West, and then after that, I think just to go through it, I'll just have the Bulldogs up. Just to keep you engaged, guys. So we play. I'm looking at NRL.
Have a look at the cup, yeah. All the way down.
And I wanted to look at Bulldogs. All right, so we drew today. We play West, and we play the Warriors, who are below us on the ladder, but not too far off. And obviously, they won the comp last year. Players like Jet Cleary in their side. Then we play the Storm, who we should beat. Play the Roosters, we should beat. I think we should beat the Rabbits, but that'll be a tough game. Geordie Mazzoni's been playing in that side. You've got Franklin Pelle's been playing off the bench. You've got Will Afawalo's been actually playing Rod Massey most of the year. He played the first few games and hasn't really got back into the side. He's been going all right in Massey. So some ex-Bulldogs there. There's a couple of other blokes in that South team too that were from the Dogs that people wouldn't really know about. Then we play the Dragons, who were runners up last year, and then the Panthers. So
they'll be resting their players.
Well, their flag side will play against us.
Actually, you know what? But if the Panthers rest their first grade team in the last round, then potentially that could happen because the cup team would jump up. They're not going to put their Jersey flag team in the first grade, so it could be a double whammy there, unless they do it in the 2 weeks out, which is the week we play them in first grade.
Well, they're doing well in every comp.
That's right.
So I won't go into. We had we're running like third in Jersey flag, and I think third or fourth in Ron Massey as well. So there's a big chance we can, in all these men's comps, we can make the finals, and we're still alive in NRL. Still could turn out to be a nice little season for the Dogs if we can start next week and get some revenge on the Tigers. And I think it's something that the club is really. I think the players they really want it. I think it's got into their heads a bit. They want it too much, almost. All right. That's it, guys.
All good.
Thank you, everyone.
Bonus Sunday night, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it. Have fun. Have a good week. See you all on Tuesday night. And don't forget, guys, continue putting in those entries so you can get yourself the signed jersey. The 2026 Bulldogs signed jersey, guys. So,
and check out the latest clip.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. Bring it on.
Take care, guys. See you Tuesday night. Go the Dogs.
Go the Dogs.